It's Friday, you know what that means, it's Fast Car TV, mid-Jane here, but we've got our old mate Elliott back. Right, I'm going to do a 2-minute tech, and this week I'm going to do very, very crudely tyres and what all the little numbers mean. So here we got 255, 35, R18, 95H. So what does the 255 mean? This is the width of the tyres. So that is 255 mils wide, the width of the tyres. The 35 is the aspect ratio, so that is 35% of 255. The R stands for radial, which is the construction, and the 18 is the diameter, so 18-inch diameter. And then you go on to here, so 95 is the load rating, and H is for the speed rating, and they're normally A to Z. I don't know about you, El, but yeah, do you always get asked, I know I do on Fast Car, is where do you buy a stretched tyre from? Yeah. And you don't buy a stretched tyre, you stretch a tyre. So this is essentially buying a tyre that is not wide enough for the wheel and then stretching it on. So for instance, if you're buying a tyre that's designed for an 8-inch wide wheel, but you're putting it on a 9-inch wide wheel, and people take this to the extremes and they can put them onto 11s. And so, you know, we're not saying you should do that.
Yeah,
but
that's when you've got to watch out for your legalities and whatnot. You know, what's legal, what's safe. You know, yeah. People always say, "Oh, is it safe?" It's a fine line.
It is. It's in moderation, isn't it? You know, a little bit of stretch. Even some manufacturers do a little bit of stretch, but yeah, it's just got to be right.
Changing the wheel, the tyre size of the wheel would come with a standard equipment and change the visual appearance of the wheel radically. And
that's essentially why people stretch a tyre, because to change the look of the wheel and also to help with fitment, to get them to tuck inside your arches. You can do the opposite. You can put a fat wall tyre on a alloy and it completely change it as well.
Yeah.
So yeah. There we go. So we'll discuss feature car of the week.
Okay. And a fast car one.
We're going to go fast car this week, and it's Mark Looney's S15. Now, I don't know if you go back a few weeks when lockdown was in real full effect. Did you find it hard finding feature cars, or did you have enough in the bag?
Luckily, quite a lot. I have quite a lot on file. I never usually struggle.
Yeah.
What about yourself?
I do, but there was nothing that really shouted cover car to me.
Cover car, yeah.
And then it suddenly hit me. He's like, Mark, he shot stuff for me in the past, and then his car was on his drive, and I thought, well,
put the two together.
Yeah, could get a guy to shoot his own car because couldn't do anything else.
Yeah.
And I've been wanting to feature it for a while anyway, so he made it happen for me. So it's just quite a cool little story to go with it. So it's an S15 Nissan.
Yeah.
It's 551 bhp. Obviously got the SR20 in it, DET, with a two. It's been stroked.
See, it's not a Volkswagen.
No,
but no
1.8T in there.
But that's the thing. People think because you work on a VW mag, you can't appreciate other cars.
Yeah.
And I mean that's awesome.
A few other things, got teen coilovers on it, and he's got 2 sets of wheels, which is
some for street, some for drifting. Maybe,
yeah. So on there, it's on the rotor grids. Right. So anyway, going away from that, El, what do you look for in a feature car? Because I get asked that question a lot as well.
Yeah, I must admit, it's really hard because there's no one specific formula.
Yeah.
If you like, I think. People always say it's about money, and I think having money does help. But again, it's that old money doesn't buy taste, and it doesn't.
No.
Sometimes you'll say to people like, the car's not quite what I'm looking for, and they're like, but I've spent this amount of money on it, and it's like it's not about the money.
Yeah.
I think sometimes the stuff that's done on a budget, people really have to think about it and search out the rare parts and stuff, and so. I think the key is trying to do something a bit unique.
I'm exactly the same as you. You can't actually just say, well, you need to do this or you need to do that. It's a bit like saying it needs the X factor. Sometimes you look at a car and go, it's a feature car.
What about the whole finance thing and that though?
I don't get the hate against finance stuff just because they're still paying for it. It's not like getting it free. In fact, they're paying more for it.
Well, like I was saying to you earlier as well, I think like back in the day, people would go more over the top because the cars weren't built as well then. But now cars are so much better. A lot of the time the factory stereo will be awesome.
Yeah.
So you don't necessarily have to muck about with it. And again, it's what are you building the car for?
Yeah.
Are you building it for yourself to use daily, or to get in the mag get your scene points online. You know, what are you building it for? I suppose is the thing as well.
Yeah, I always say to them, just build a car for yourself that you're going to enjoy, because there's no guarantee. And I can tell you to do certain things, and you build that car, and then I go, well, it's not good enough. And you've got a car that you think
you don't like yourself.
You don't like yourself. So if you build a car for yourself and you love it, and you get a feature, great. If you don't, you've still got a car that you love.
Yeah.
Rather than something you've tried to build a feature for. So don't try and build a feature car, just build something you love.
Trial and error as well. I mean, and how your taste change as well. Like back in the day, I had a Mark II Scirocco on Venoms, standard ride height. You know, I look back and it was atrocious, but at the time.
Oh, I don't know, it still work now, I think.
Do you reckon? Lowered suspension, but yeah.
So it's time for new product of the week, although it's not actually new. So why am I doing it? It's because it's very topical at the minute. What we've got here is GTechniq i2 TriClean. So why is it topical? Because this contains a specific raw material that actively combats coronavirus. On top of that, kills 99% of other bacteria, strong cleaning power, absorbs odours, so it's good if you fart a lot on your seats. Let's give it a quick spray. To be fair, it cleans really well, and it's good on your trainers even. Yeah, I can't fault it. Comes in at about 12 to 13 quid a bottle, well 500 mils, something like that if you shop around. But it's one of the best interior cleaning products I've ever come across. And as I say, if it kills the old COVID-19, let's give it a go. So, El, last time you were here, we discussed what VW to buy if you had £2,000 in your back pocket.
I went Mark II Scirocco, a little bit left field.
Yeah, and I went Phaeton, even though I was pushing it a little bit because you probably need near a free. So if you've got another £3,000 on top of the two, so you've got £5,000 to play with, what should people go and buy?
Okay, well, I like my retro cars, but I think as I'm getting older and I'd like to use the car daily, put the kids in it and stuff, you know, a nice Mark III VR6 would be good. A Corrado G60, quite quirky, but where I'm at in my life now, I might find GTI. You could get an okay one for £5,000. It might need a little bit of work, but
really tunable.
Yeah, good looking car, great chassis, probably a red or white one, manual gearbox, cloth trim as well because it's a bit quirky, sort of a bit of a throwback to the Mark 1.
So you've bought one.
Yeah.
First few mods.
Again, they look so nice. I wouldn't want to play around with it too much. Probably in a nice set of coilovers, maybe some of the new Bilstein coilovers. And just some OEM wheels, probably.
Nice.
What about yourself? It's £5,000.
Well, you actually mentioned the car that I'd go for, and I'll go for a Corrado.
Yeah.
And either the VR6 or the G60.
Good car standard. Would you muck about with it?
I would just go real clean again, like a really nice set of wheels.
Yeah.
Get the stance sitting nice.
Good car though. Good car. And I think with a classic like that, I always have in the back of my mind, can you revert it back to standard if need be in the future? So
that's it. Investment as well, really.
Yeah. So there you go. There's two choices for you. Mark V GTI. If you haven't got kids, then all over the Corrado.
Yeah. Heard it from the main man himself. So go and buy one.
Do a buy.
Well, there you go. There's another episode of Fast Car TV wrapped up. Join us this time again next week for more shenanigans. See you later.